Hello, welcome back to Butterfly Box 78. This reading is for Libra Singles. So Libra Singles, this is all about you guys. And we're also in Libra Moon. I forget, we go through a lot of stuff, a lot of moons we got going on within this month. So right now we're in Libra and it's a Libra Moon. And this is Libra's readings. This message may or may not resonate. If it does, great. If it doesn't, I apologize. Excuse me. And they're for adults. All right, give me just a second to meditate. And let me feel where the energy is at. All right, so I'm feeling the majority of the energy maybe around my heart, but also in my head, like the upper part of my head. So it could be third eye chakra, could also be crown. What you got going on, Libra? You're in your head trying to make a decision about something, aren't you? Because you guys are wishy-washy. Sometimes you guys have a hard time making a decision because you don't know if you should go head over heart or heart over head. But really, the best way for Libras to make decisions about things is to go with both, because whichever one you choose, there are lessons to be learned. And that's what this life, this realm, this in living color, this, I think it's 3D, sometimes almost 4D that we are living in. So while you are an actual body, a physicality on this earth, understand that whatever decisions that you're making, whether it be with the head or the heart, really to try to get them to come together as both will really help you in your decision making. So let's get started. Healing, 5 of Cups, 9 of Cups in reverse. So 5 of Cups and the 9 of Cups in reverse, and the overall energy being the Magician. All right, so Libra Singles, I guess you are healing from a previous situation. You were not satisfied, nor were whatever the situation was with that past was correct. I also think that this could relate to healing you may have not, to read that. So you may be healed, but the person that you or has been trying to come towards you has not healed. But whatever the situation is, you are manifesting whatever it is that you want correctly. You also have moved away from a certain aspect that was not bringing in anything. The person that was coming towards you could be 2 people that have been trying to get at you. I think you've been in the past maybe on a defense, but okay. So there was a decision that you were there. There was a new beginning, but there was a decision that you had to make, and because of that decision, it was a blind decision, and that's what I was saying about. Libra making decisions. They don't know whether to go with their head or their heart. They're in their head. So it's like making a blind decision. But with the moon being in the upright, this is illuminating things that were in the dark. So you were learning. And either you or that person was actually being very defensive. So whatever it was that you learned, you may have brought it to the forefront. But this person was very defensive about how you came about this information. And because of that, Libra, you weren't going to fight over this. This is you not even engaging with this person in that aspect, because it wasn't about a fight. It was just about the truth. Maybe the wish was happy home. Your wish was probably a happy home. Although they may have came in with an offer, they were more tempted, and the temptation was more sexually. So yes, they were drawn to you emotionally. They may have offered themselves, but the emotional came from the sexual attraction towards you. However, this wasn't showing any promise of a relationship because of the area that it was coming from. You walked away from this situation. You were not satisfied with that. But whatever it is that you're currently manifesting, you are actually doing it in the right way. So I think that sometimes, because we're in quarantine, being alone, learning to heal, and that's what I love about Libras, is they're actually very open, a lot more open-minded. But I think what a lot of people don't understand is how sensitive they are. Out of all the air signs, they are the most emotionally attached. But they can flip it on you. They know how to turn it off and on, but emotionally, I would say that they're more plugged in. So this is not being satisfied with the offers that were presented, and there is not going to be, the wish would have been a relationship, but what this person is offering, it would have to be more. So let's go ahead and we'll clarify the Five of Cups. Yeah, the Three of Swords in reverse. So I think because of you walking away, or this, whatever it is that's being communicated, your gut is telling you like, oh, wait a second, I'm not sure if I want to get involved with this, because you know that it could cause heartbreak, but because you don't want it to be your heart, your gut, in this instance, your gut is telling you, no, walk away. I think that whoever was coming towards you is not listening to their gut. They just want it. They just want something. They'll take anything. Yeah, and the Princess of Wands in the upright. So again, they're very sexually attracted to you. They're where you're coming more from the heart. There is like an underactive, or in this particular instance, this person views you as love. But because the Three of Cups is in reverse, it's like either you're not listening to your gut or they're not listening to their gut. But whichever way it goes, there is an over or underactive issue. What they need to focus on is more of the heart, how they're approaching you from the heart. Yeah, Seven of Wands in reverse. So this is where before we saw it in the upright. In this, it's telling us that spiritually there is something that is imbalanced. And I believe it's actually, it could be you as the person. There's some spirituality, there's some imbalance, you know, there's some kind of defensiveness, maybe some controlling on either part. But whichever way it goes, the actual whatever it is, it's not coming from the right direction. And you know, in order, your heart is directly connected, you know, with this spirituality. And I think it's important for Libras and for the people that are coming towards Libras. There's an underactive. I don't think that there is a connection. Yeah. And then again, this goes back to the sexual attraction. Like they may be sexually attracted towards you, or you could be heavily sexually attracted towards them. But with the Nine of Cups in reverse, again, see, when these things come out twice like this, This is really, this is the same thing. This is the same story being told again. It's really like a message, and because this is the sacral again, you don't want to be jaded by the situation. I think that's a big thing. And we've got the High Priestess in reverse. So again, this is not listening to the gut. There's some lessons that actually have to be learned within this situation. Wow. And then the Devil being in the upright. So Libra, you could actually be very bound to this person sexually, where you might have thought it was love. This is you. This is love. So I believe that where you might have been approaching the situation from love, this person is not. And you may not be connecting. I don't know. It's like the manifestation is right. So I do believe maybe this is more of the other person's feelings towards you, actually, Libra. I think that they are actually very sexually bound to you. You don't know it. And if you've been in quarantine and you're not understanding, but they're reaching out, that's where the Prince of Cups and the Prince of Staves comes in, is because, they really are missing you sexually. Like, they are bound to that. It's kind of scary. You just need to be careful, because you need to protect yourself, because whatever it is that you're manifesting, you're doing it in the right way. But what this is creating for them, they will have to learn to separate themselves from this. The overall energy being the Sun. So this goes back to the third eye, and you listening to your third eye, or seeing with your third eye, understanding that, this offer that seems emotionally genuine, there's a different type of motivation behind it, and it's sexual. It's not very spiritual. And I think you have to be really careful about that in entering into those that situation. Or again, it could be two different people. But I believe it could be two energies, but I'm getting a feeling that it's really more just one. And like I said, with the Sun, I think you have the ability to understand a lot more than what they get. They don't know, I think, sometimes how connected you are. So I think that is a big deal. And the Sun shines. And we got the Five of Wands. So you could almost be like an argument. Eight of Wands, walking away. Knight of Coins. So it's like devastation. Yeah. So this energy really has to do more with the other person, is kind of what I'm getting. It could be you, but just understand that in order to break this cycle of the devil, you need to be really careful. You being bound sexually, at least in my own experience, has been really hard for me. If I'm attached to you, I can easily be attached in that way, because it could be chemical, because they are releasing chemical. It's that most intimate interaction that you have with someone. So in certain aspects, it is spiritual. It's just not spiritually bound in the right way. But just understand that with the Devil being here and the High Priestess being in reverse, I mean, there's lessons that have to be learned with this. And just understand that the overall energy is the Sun. So just stay really in tune, because whatever it is, again, that you're manifesting, you are doing it, hopefully you are doing it, or your partner could be doing it in the right way. But I think that I think the concentration is more on the healing. I just think that this is another person's energy and them being attached to you, because I don't know if a relationship is what you want with this person. You could be sexually bound to each other, but I don't know if you see this as a relationship with this person. So because you have just healed, or you are going through a current healing, but whatever it is that you're manifesting, you are doing it in the right way. So let's see here. 9 of Fire, integrity. So the path of wisdom with the Vision Tarot is explaining to us the 9 of Fire, inner strength. So again, this goes back to the healing situation. The 10 of Earth, wealth. So I think that part of having wealth is not only being able to give, but to receive. This is an abundance. I think that when you're doing things from the heart, it does create a wealth. So whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, I believe that when you do it from the heart, again, it creates a wealth. And then Clown in the reverse, which also is the Fool in reverse. But this is about this person who is trying to be involved with you to really take their mask off. Now, I don't necessarily think that if they want a relationship with you because you know that they're bound to you sexually, or you're bound to them sexually, that is a really, really difficult hump to get over, to make that into a relationship. But I think that being honest, taking the mask off, is really important. So it would require honesty from your part and their part. And the overall energy being the 5 of Fire, which is stress. So without taking the mask off and being honest, that it will create a stress within you. I think spiritually, it's not going to sit well with you. You know, you actually may even have more than one stick in the fire, meaning that there could be other people that you're dealing with that this person who actually wants to be with you even knows about, or the opposite, but it causes a stress. And I think spiritually, you're going to have to focus on creating a situation again of honesty, that you know, being really true to self, to alleviate that kind of stress. The more honest you are, the better the situation can be, and even for you to assess. And I think that that's where that decision making, that's what I was talking about at the very beginning, is that sometimes you guys have a really hard time making decisions because, you know, it's either heart over head or head over heart, but whichever way it goes, you know, the lesson that has to be learned doesn't change. It doesn't matter how you approach it. It just matters, you know, that you've learned the lesson so you don't continue to make that same mistake over and over again. And I feel like for the men, that could be a possible thing for you guys, is making the same mistakes. You guys generally don't make the same mistakes because a lot of you guys aren't trying to be in relationships. But you have to understand, though, Libra men, that you can't, I say this a lot to guys, you can't give a woman the best sex of, you know, you're trying to always please a woman, but you can't always give her the best sex in the world. If the two of you guys decide that you want sex, have okay sex, but don't have great sex. You know what I'm saying? Because that will bind somebody to somebody. That will bind you. That's a chemical interaction that you have going on. And then when they want something more from you and all you can do is give them sex, then what? You can't be mad at her because she wants more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's a very dangerous game men and women play. And it goes the same thing for women. You can't give a man, you can't just totally rock his world and then never give it to him again and expect that he ain't never gonna want it. He gonna want it. Duh. You know, but then you guys are bound. sexually. And then what? How do you separate those things? By being honest. That honesty coming in and that honesty going out, no matter what it is. So let's see here. It's this, okay. So wow, this is very interesting. Again, the Fool came out again. So this is, and the sun is shining a little bit harder. So again, this is Libra. You really needing to focus on what your ultimate goal is, because you're doing it in the right way. But with the Devil card being out and there being a lot of there being a binded situation, you need to be honest, even if it hurts. Queen of Chalices. So this is somebody that views you, whether man or woman, as love. Like, you really, if you're a man, you might be a brusque man. You might be really into loving, like, just not loving, but sexually bound in this way. Just lay your head in her pillows all the time, you know, or if you're a Libra woman, this could be this person is attached to you in this way. But sometimes that energy has to do more with, and I'll show you, more maternally. There's a certain comfort that I think everybody finds with breasts because they represent milk, and that's where we would, you know, get our nourishment from our mothers. So, or that's why when you're nursing a baby, whether you're bottle feeding or breastfeeding, you hold them really close because it offers a comfort, it offers a love. And so either they're viewing you or you're viewing them as the Queen of Chalices. This could also mean that the Fool is in pursuit of a Queen of Chalice. So whether you be man or woman, this is a certain comfort, this is a certain love, this is something bigger than what this other situation is. Wow, also we have the King of Swords, which is actually Libra's energy. Now, the thing about it is that with the King of Swords, he's kind of like an asshole. So I don't want to say that's not true. He's just very logical and rational. And this is where that head over heart comes in. You could be attached to somebody sexually in this way. The problem is that because you are the King of Swords, Libra, this energy, like you're not committing. Somebody's watching also in the background. So again, with all of these sticks being in the fire, this could be you or this could be them, but whichever way it goes, somebody's watching. And the energy that you are is that logical, there's a separation between the mind and the heart. And this goes back again to that decision making with the Four of Swords. Four of Swords in a regular tarot deck represents, oh my god, I just forgot. Yeah, so there may be some heartbreak. Hold on a second, I forgot what Four of Swords is. Four of Swords. Why did I just forget that? Oh, healing. Duh. So the overall energy being Four of Swords. There could be a certain obsession. Like that person that you're dealing with. Maybe that's you, the binding. They may have a really nice behind, or they really like your behind, so they're obsessing over that. But you, as you can see, your back is turned towards them, because right now you're not thinking about, them in a loving way. It's more like, yeah, come on, let's get this over with, and keeping it moving. So, you're busy somewhere else in your mind. And I think that that's what a lot of times people don't get about Libras, is that, similar to Gemini, you've got two different things going on. Emotionally, you're a lot more plugged in, but like I said, you can turn it off just like that. It's a really interesting reading. I was definitely not expecting this. I have to go here first. Let's go to the Romance Angels. Let's figure this out. I even think that, yeah, this is kind of unfortunately, it's kind of unfortunate, because there's a codependency that one is attached. Maybe both of you guys are attached, but one is not. It's like, this king, this Libra, this king energy, whoever carries this King of Swords energy, he's more like, you are here to serve me type thing, like I'm king. But what they have to give is really love. The unfortunate part is that you all were bound sexually. It doesn't mean that there can't be a relationship. It just means that there would be a lot of things that either they have to do or you have to do in order to make this a real thing, if you even want it to be that way. That's the thing. And with the Fool, I do believe that Libra has somebody else in mind. Luke, close your door, turn that down. All right, so the romance angels are saying to make the effort. Great love is worth taking a step. You guided, great love is worth taking the step you're guided to take. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time communicating that. So, the next one is deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Okay, so again, these are the same messages coming out. I told you, like, mask off. You have to be really honest. Them coming forward towards you or you going towards them. I think that there could be a lot of deception because somebody isn't being honest. And getting to know each other, boom, there it is. So I'm not saying that there couldn't possibly be a relationship, but you guys have to get to know each other, I think it's really important to understand this King of Swords, whoever has this energy, because they're kind of selfish. They kind of feel like you're there to serve them, like they're king. Like you're lucky to have me, not like the Queen of Cups, where it's like, yes, I will love you. You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful. And there's some deception with that, Libra. So if you are the one who's deceiving, or they're the ones that is deceiving you, you guys need to be really upfront. And that's why it's saying get to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So yeah, understand that this is saying that if you make the effort and both y'all quit lying to each other, you know what I'm saying? Or believing the lies, and getting to know each other, there could possibly be a relationship. Wow. Because guess what? The overall energy is chemistry. There's a strong magnetic connection here. Yeah, because you all are bound sexually, but there's more to a person than just sex. And if you don't know how to give more than that, or you can't have a real bonding, sometimes people have, sometimes people can bond with anybody, but the connection, that connection is what people are are kind of striving towards. If you can't even get that with people, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's the main part of this is chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction. Yeah, of course there is. You know, but you guys got to get on another level. Spiritually, in your solar plexus, y'all, you know, there has to be love. And Libra, you know, especially Libra men, you all are not known for committing in relationships. So you guys need to be careful. You know, and leading people astray. You know, again, this goes back to, you can't give somebody the best sex of their life and then expect them not to get bound that way. Like, people were human. You know what I'm saying? People get attached. It's the same thing for women. You know, Libras are, you know, great lovers. They've got all different sides to them. So, you know, they're gonna plug in and tune into you, you know, a lot. It's gonna be, it can be really amazing, but if you don't have no heart behind it, what's the point? Look. So it's telling you to look and see what's in front of you. Stop and think. Wow. On deception. Sharing. So this is about that communication. The overall energy is intuition. Damn it. I mean, it can't get no greater than this. This is, Libra, this is really, Libra singles, this is really about you guys. You know, this message may or may not resonate, but, you know, I think that it's going to resonate a lot more than what you think that it will. There is something in this for all Libra singles, man or woman. It doesn't even matter. And that's why I was saying I felt the vibration in my upper head, maybe in around my heart, you know, because if you know intuitively about the situation, but in your heart it does or it doesn't feel right, then you need to be communicating these things. That's all about getting to know somebody, you know. And it says look, stop and think, sharing. And that's exactly what needs to happen. Wow. All right, Libra, I'm going to leave it there. That is your all's reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck, Libra. This is a very interesting reading. I really actually enjoyed doing this for Libra. You all have a wonderful, wonderful day. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I know we're in quarantine, so there's not going to be a lot of interaction. But if you are actually single, but you're laid up with somebody, you guys really need to sort this out. Quit lying. They need to quit lying to you, whatever the case may be. Remember, this energy goes back and forth. It could be either or. And it's for you guys to figure it out and sort it out, because there's potential there. I believe, Libra, you're manifesting certain things in the right way. But this devil, you got to break this. You know, and maybe in order to do that, you have to be the peacock and raise your standards. There it is, guys. All right, you all have a wonderful day. Love you all. I'ma stay.